Welcome to Brave Tarot. Today's message is for someone who's either holding on too tightly or feeling completely lost. Like you're in a dark place, maybe a depressive spiral, maybe you have confusing thoughts and you don't know how to get yourself out of this rut. I'm being shown a person making a paper crane or an origami swan. And the idea is that you would craft this paper swan each day, and it's such a meaningless task that has no striving or upheaval behind it. And inside of this task, you can focus your attention and awareness on the steps of the process that are very difficult to get wrong. And you can watch your hands in the act and notice that over time, you've accumulated a collection that you can look back on. That is both astounding to realize how much you've built, and at the same time, you notice that somehow in the process of creation, you've started to fall in love with the act of folding these swans, and it's not about the final product of the swan at all. And how this applies to your life is very simple. It's a message you'll have heard a million times, and it's the last thing you probably feel like doing right now. But what Spirit is showing me is that a routine involving all of the basics, sleep, diet, exercise, possibly social life, if you can find a way to include that, devising a plan for yourself to almost forcibly create a structure, just like the structure of folding these origami swans. You decide an amount that is not overachieving, so it could literally be 10 minutes of movement, and you drag yourself into the act, perhaps against your will, and you just begin to follow this structure. And for the people who are holding on too tightly and don't know how to let go, this is the thing that you can divert your attention to and find a grip. Same with the people who are feeling completely lost. This is the thing that's going to hold you, because in the process of following the steps that you know are scientifically proven to enhance your mood, you will find that somewhere inside of this process, a completely other feeling or experience appears, something that you didn't plan for. And even if it doesn't, you arrive at the results that you've set out for, because these are tried and true methods. There's no way that if you drink lots of water and you eat healthy and you go to the gym, your body's not going to thank you. And the next image I see is of a dirty crystal glass. And you know how when dirt or mud is caked onto something and there's no water and it's dry, once you start cleaning the glass will get dirtier first. And this is the phase where most people stop. Say you've given yourself 2 weeks to start ramping up into some kind of routine and structure. And the second week in, you totally spiral into dark thinking and laziness, and you don't want to return to the gym. It's really hard to drag your body there. This is the moment where you keep going and you just shut down those thoughts for 30 minutes or however long it is that you've scheduled this structure into your life. You just tell yourself over and over and over again that this is going to help me, that I'm going to find something in this. And even if I don't, the fact that I've done it will give me something. And then all of a sudden, and usually it is no more than 2 weeks in, some spark of life or revelation or insight will appear inside of the act, and you realize that, hey, something is actually changing. And by then, the structure has already been enforced. You've started to ingrain a habit, and Spirit really wants to express the vastness of this, the importance of this, and how vitally this can change your whole experience so quickly. Because these acts that have little meaning or emotional attachment to them, just going through the motions, it allows things to move and clear out of you, and swathes of heaviness that have been sitting in your system for months will start to lift. Though it's a very crude message, I guess, that's all that wants to come through today. So I think in the brevity of this message is the indication of how important it is. And it's just a reminder for you that this is an option that you have, and it's the best option. In any case, those pillars, diet, sleep, exercise, form the structure within which you can land and be held and nurtured. And that is the space where you will see the greatest changes, and before you know it, you've made 1,000 paper cranes and fallen in love with something totally new. So I encourage you to start small, trust yourself, and trust that process. And you will thank yourself for it. So thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading.